Hey everyone, and welcome back to my weekly update for the 31st of December, the last day of the year. Fun time. I hope you like the new light. It's kind of a warmer feel. Felt like it'd make me look a little less pale, so I'll try it out. Um, aside that, how this week has gone, a lot of it has been struggling with distractions mainly, um, particularly Forza and YouTube. So last week I had spent a lot of time working, and that's where a lot of my time disappeared. Now this week, it's those two. I'll spend probably a minimum of 2 hours a day on Forza plus an hour on YouTube. So, like time will just fly by. 2 days this week, I think what happened is I got on at like 1 or 2, and then next thing I knew it was dark outside. And like, whoa, what happened to the day? Um, so I really need to take that under control. Uh, the biggest part I've felt this with is my wake up times. Because what I'll do is I'll think, it's 10 o'clock, and I'll think, hey, yeah, I can watch a little YouTube or I can play a little Forza. So I'll do that. And then I'll do some of the other one. And the next thing I know, it's midnight and I haven't journaled yet. So I'll do that. And I'll get to bed at like 1, which therefore pushes me to get up at like 9 or 9:30 in the morning, which is some of the latest wake up times I have had in the last 2 years, I believe. So not my proudest moment. Um, it's something I really need to work on. And behind me, you can see the goals right there. That's going to be where I start to work on that. I have the weekly ones here. Gonna put an hour limit there, and then there is January. By that time, I want to be completely nothing. No Forza, no YouTube by the end of this month. So I'll keep you updated on how that goes. But yeah, feels good to be writing goals again. I had 0 goals for December, so this is all new stuff. It'll be fun. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. You know, none of that new year, new me sort of deal. Just exciting to write yearly goals and figure out, what do I want to do this year? Where do I want to be at the end of this year? So that'll be a fun thing to address. And actually, I figured I should pick up a little bit on that today. So along with this, I started doing a little better reflection. I started actually trying to improve a little more than I normally did, particularly in my nightly checks I have in my journal here. I'm going to try to incorporate some of my intended habits into that so I can get those back in the reins and working nicely. And yeah, I really want to say, like, get the power to say no this next week. Be able to say no to YouTube, be able to say no to Forza, and be able to claim my life back. And so, sorry, got some stuff in my throat. Aside from that, that's like big struggle number 1. Struggle number 2 has been with positivity. I've noticed multiple times this week. Maybe I've just been in like a bad mood. So I've started focusing on the negative more than the positive recently, and getting accusatory and just not focusing on the good stuff in life. It's kind of led me to grow bitter. I don't like that, because it comes right back at me. So that's another thing I need to work on this next week and further on. It's been something I've really struggled with these last few months, which I'm very glad for. And I don't want to lose that, so I'm going to try to gain that back as well. Yeah, that's sort of the top 2 things that have been bringing me down this week, and sort of, honestly, these things have been drawing me down so much. I feel like I'm nowhere near the person I used to be. Granted, I can still get there. It's going to be easier to get there the second time. But yeah, no, definitely, this is not going to be sustainable, what I'm doing right now. So something I want to change and will be changing come this next year and come tomorrow. Not because it's a new year, but because I want change. So, well, also part of it is a new year so I can complete these goals, because I went through my yearly goals, completed 0. it started like the weekly ones, I was getting like half of the weekly ones, then like 2 or 3. And the monthly was like, oh yeah, I did like 3 this month, 2 the next month, and then those started going to 0, which meant the quarterly ones went to 0, which meant the yearly went to 0. So more and more of the smaller goals is what counts to get the bigger ones completed. So that's a good lesson to learn as well. But yeah, yearly in recap, even though I didn't really get much done, I'm still glad, like looking way back at how the things I've been able to accomplish, even though I'm not where I was, not nearly as close to where I was over like the summer and other times of the year. I'm really happy with what I've done this year. I've gone from probably a similar position last January and February, actually even March, because I was addicted to Forza on spring break, and that is when I did 75 hard, which got me back into exercise and got me a better diet, more discipline, got me into reading. And then I built this whole schedule of things that I was doing. You know, I was doing Duolingo, reading the Bible, thinking every day, and I was working on income and things like that. Picked up some cool job, and then school came around. All that just kind of fell away. So definitely need to work on my long-term discipline, but again, where I was able to hit, especially another example is the wake-ups and bedtimes. Right now I look back and thinking about getting up at 6 every day and going to bed at 10 at college, it seems like out of this world to me, but I was there. It's something I did. So it definitely says wonders in what I can do, and I want to get back there. So that's what I'm going to work on. Yeah, it's kind of a small analysis of where I've been this year and where I'm at right now. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. So I appreciate you watching very much, and I will see you guys next week in the new year.